I am violating 2 of my guidelines for firewood delivery. Today I'm going on an out-of-area delivery, a second one, just like the previous video we did at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's out of my area, but what the heck, I'm not going to turn that down. Today's delivery is not as cool as the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but I think it's really cool, and I think you guys are going to be excited to see what I'm about to show you on this delivery. But these 2 rules, one is to stay in my area. I got my hands full with the Mahoning Valley, so I don't need to be driving long distances to deliver firewood. And I also think, you could add a delivery fee to it, but at what point does that not become reasonable for the customer? You with me? So I try to stay in my area. The second guideline I'm violating today is I don't have a full load. So I avoid doing half loads. I think it just doesn't make financial sense. I can maximize my dollars, my mileage, my fuel with 2 loads. I would rather deliver 2 quarter cords to 2 separate customers because it's more money for me. And as long as I can have an influence with this, Ohio Wood Burner is not a nonprofit organization. I am heading on down the road. This is an out-of-area delivery, and I think this is you're really gonna like this. I think it's just super cool. It just shows if you are in firewood delivery, you just get into that rut where you're just delivering the residential, whatever. But there are other opportunities out there, and this is certainly one of them today. This is gonna be cool. The other thing, there are a couple of very cool points of interest that'll be along our way, and I'm gonna try and show them to you also. It all depends if someone's there, because I don't like talking into my phone when people are watching. It's kind of awkward. It's one of those things I'll never get used to doing. We are heading on down the road. Our first stop, I got 2 points of interest I want to show you guys before we get to our final destination. All of this is going to be cool though, and I think you're really going to like it. Here we go. Well, I thought, what the heck, let me just show you Mosquito Lake. I'm at the dam, the southern tip of the lake. This is the 2nd largest inland lake in Ohio. It's roughly, I think, 11 or 12 miles long, about 1.5 miles wide. Excellent lake, excellent campground. I know a lot of you guys stayed out here for the International Firewood Expo, but this is certainly the focal point of our county. And this is what I was wanting to show you. So this is Nelson Ledges Racetrack, and this is kind of a famous racetrack, guys. I guess there isn't much to see from like right here, but they used to have a 24-hour race here back, this is back in the day when the dimmer switches were on the floor. But like Paul Newman used to race here. It was a big deal, and it is still an active track. They have motorcycles and go-karts and those indie-looking kind of cars that race here. But check this out. I thought I was going to be able to get a closer look, but there's a guy sitting at the gate, and I didn't want to get anyone upset at me here this morning. But I've always liked this area, the Nelson Ledges Racetrack. This is cool. It's a road course. I think it's got 11 turns on it. It had some famous events that took place here. And this is the other location. I'm at Nelson Ledges State Park. And talk about a cool place. I'll explain to you. I don't even know why I'm whispering. So you may not know this about our area of Northeast Ohio, but we are on what is known as a watershed, and we are technically on the high ground of it right here. So the water that lands on this side of the watershed flows to the Atlantic Ocean by the Cuyahoga River into Lake Erie, out the St. Lawrence Seaway into the Atlantic Ocean. The water that lands on this side of the hill flows into the Mahoning River, which gets into the Beaver River and into the Ohio River, which then flows into the Mississippi and to the Gulf of Mexico. So this area is the high ground. It has a lot of quartz and sandstone rocks, and there was a lot of erosion over the years. Boy, the mosquitoes are getting to me. And this is what you have here at Nelson Ledges State Park. It is just a super cool place. And if you are in the area, anyone that knows about Nelson Ledges Raceway knows about Nelson Ledges State Park. And this is where we are right here. I just thought it would be a cool place to show you a little bit more cool stuff about Northeast Ohio. And Nelson Ledges is certainly it. So here at the state park, they got those gigantic pools, like where the rock was quarried out, and it's like 30 feet deep of water, and you can like do cliff diving and scuba diving and all. Yeah, but I'll be honest, I just don't like it here. It gives me the creeps. I don't know, something about me and heights. I don't like being on ladders. They give me the creeps. So this area is it's about a half hour from Cortland. Just easy driving. And it's kind of on my way to where we're going for this firewood delivery. Okay, so that's one of the things I wanted to show you. I just thought that this would be cool. Our area is kind of flat, a lot of farmlands, and you don't really see this kind of stuff. But here it is, tucked away, Nelson Ledges State Park here in Northeast Ohio. Now we're going to get back into the truck. We're going to head on up the road to our delivery. And I am pretty sure you are going to like it. Here we go. Here we are. We are on the campus of Hiram College, which is in a little town called, you guessed it, Hiram. Hiram, Ohio, and this is Hiram College. Hiram is a very small liberal arts college here in Northeast Ohio, and it certainly has the reputation. When I was growing up, this is a smart kid college. So that is why I never went here. But it continues on as a major institution in our area. Everyone around here knows about Hiram College. It's just one of these, and the town is gorgeous. The houses, it's just got that old town, small town vibe here. And the college is beautiful. And I'm delivering firewood to Hiram College, isn't that, I think it's cool. It's different. You don't think of when you get into delivering firewood that you're going to be delivering firewood to colleges. But certainly that's the case here. And I think, again, this gets back to, guys, you got to have a website. That's how they found me. On top of that, though, professional invoicing, being able to satisfy the customer on their needs. I'm not focused on myself. I'm focused on them. So they're tax exempt. A few years back, they started taxing the sale of firewood in Ohio. So this is a tax exempt account. I have to understand what tax exempt is, because now that puts more emphasis on my paperwork. I have to keep track of all this. So they were looking for a professional delivery service that could bring them wood. Not only that, but wood that looks nice. This is an alumni weekend. They're having some kind of an alumni celebration. And they got some fire pits that are set out, and they want some nice firewood. So they'd like for it to look nice. It's going to be stacked by their fire pits, 2 different locations. And they found me. They asked, would I deliver to Hiram College? And I thought, you know what? Heck yeah, I would, because this is a cool opportunity. And I think it's good for you guys to see, especially if you're into firewood, if you're into firewood delivery, it's good to see this kind of stuff. And that gets back to my refrain. Quit doing everything exactly the same way everyone does it. Quit copying people, and think outside the box and look for other opportunities. And here we got it right here at Hiram College. Now, Hiram College is famous for one other thing. It had a very famous student who then became a teacher, who then became the president of the college, who then became president of the United States of America. And let me introduce you to him. Oh, it's a beautiful town here. It is a beautiful day and beautiful firewood. going to be stacking this here shortly, but I just pulled off to the side of the road because let me introduce you to my good friend, guys. This is James A. Garfield. He's the 20th president of the United States, and he grew up here in Northeast Ohio. This was an interesting guy. Now, his presidential term was pretty uneventful. It only lasted 6 months before he was assassinated by a political, well, I don't know if he was a political rival. He was a guy who had his feelings hurt because he was snubbed for a political appointee. His name was Charles Guiteau. He wanted to be appointed as like the ambassador to France or something. His lone qualification was his last name sounded French-like. Couldn't speak French, but he wanted to be appointed. He was snubbed in his opinion, and he wound up assassinating James A. Garfield. So Garfield's an interesting guy. He was born up the road here in Moreland Hills into abject poverty. So that's one thing to find this guy admirable. He pulled himself up by his bootstraps. His dad died when he was like an infant, I think when he was like 3. He was raised by his mom, and he got himself educated himself. He was a student right here at Hiram College. He excelled academically. He became a teacher. He became a preacher. He became a president of Hiram College. He was also the only U.S. president that was served as in the House of Representatives. He was a general in the Civil War. He was at the Battle of Shiloh. Interesting guy. He was a devout abolitionist, as most Ohioans were at that time. You know, you think about President McKinley, who came after him, who was also assassinated. Bad luck for Ohio presidents, I guess. His statue sits right here at Hiram College. And it's good to see, that he has his head. A few years ago, as a prank, someone stole the head off of the statue and replaced it with a pumpkin. But I see it has been found and it has been reattached. So good for James A. Garfield. And then one other point of interest that I want to show you about Hiram College. This building here, which is called Koratansky Hall. This building used to set at Metsa Circle, which is about 4 miles from my wood yard. It was relocated up to here. It used to be, I think, City Hall, or like, well, you know, Mecca's not a real big city, but it sat right on Metsa Circle, and this building was moved and repurposed here at Hiram College. So just a little bit more of this local flavor of our area, sitting right next to our good friend James A. Garfield, 20th President of the United States. But we are still on a firewood delivery. Have I ever told you I love what I do? You know, I can get out and see the sights, I can meet really cool people, and I can deliver world-class firewood. So where we're delivering is just right over the hill, and I don't know how much of it I'm going to be able to film. You know how I don't like asking people to participate in one of these videos. I mean, I'll ask a guy here that's a statue. It's not like he's going to complain it. Okay, guys, let me get the truck moved down the hill, and we're going to get this unloaded. Here we go. Firewood delivery to Hiram College. We are delivering to 2 different locations. This is the first one. It's just going to be stacked here by this fire pit. And this is where they're going to have their alumni celebration in front of this hall. So I got a couple college students helping me. It's going pretty nice. Firewood delivery, Hiram College. We have just about half out and stacked up here. So now we're just going to head on up the road. There's a second location, and we're going to stack the rest of the wood there. Here we go, guys. And this is the remainder, and it will be going over here in front of this hall. Ooh, it's nice shady right here. I think this is like the cafeteria or something. I'm not sure. But we'll be stacking the wood by this fire pit. Okay, it looks nice. And here's my truck. It's just a little bit of a short walk. I don't mind, it's a beautiful day out. Okay, now if I can find some help, we'll get this stacked and I'll get out of here. Okay guys, we have it all done. This is just a smaller supply up on this part of the celebration. Most of it was stacked down below, but I met a couple people who I found to be very nice. Let's come on into the shot here, guys. This is Sam and this is Adam, and they were the unloading crew today. I noticed you got a very nice pair of gloves. Yep. Sam, did you ever think when you're going to college that you'd be stacking firewood?
No.
No? All right. Where are you from, Sam?
Parma,
You're
Ohio.
the west side of Cleveland,
Yep.
and you told me you are
Going to be a senior.
A senior here at Hiram. That's awesome. And Adam, you are from where?
I'm from Columbus.
Columbus, Ohio. All right, and you came all the way up here to go to school at Hiram.
That's right.
You go to a nice school here. And what are you taking here at Hiram?
I'm gonna major in biomedical humanities. It's a pre-med course.
Awesome.
Track.
Well, maybe if there was a firewood stacking degree here at Hiram, both of you would be on the dean's list for sure. Huh? So I was thinking though, guys, and thank you for both helping me, but I was thinking I have a lot of work for the rest of the day, and I know it's hot and I know it's humid, but I have some big piles of wood that have to be stacked. We have to probably split them again and then move them to the other side of the wood yard. And I was thinking that maybe you guys could just come on up and you could help me do all of the work. Sam and Adam, thank you both for helping me out, and you guys are going to be here at the celebration too.
That's right.
All right, make sure you keep those fire pits going, man. Let that firewood earn its keep here. All right, so guys, thank you, and you guys have a great summer, and I hope I get to see you guys again. All right, everyone, have a great, got to put up your thumb, guys. Have a great alumni weekend, and have a great day.